What's wrong, Stuart?
Well, it's only going to happen again, hasn't it? I can't believe it. I mean, all of last year, really my whole career, I've been banging on about the need to move away from productivity metrics and chase productivity. I didn't expect it to happen, but we're working at this client, big massive client, we're helping them improve their project throughput. What's going to happen? We've only made them 4 times more productive than they were before. I mean, how embarrassing is that? Stuart, how many times have we had this conversation? The concept between leading and lagging measures. In a project, certainly a waterfall project, you're going to have your fever chart with buffer consumption. You're going to have your cycle time. You're going to have throughput, which is number in versus number out in terms of tasks or features or epics. And you're going to have your continuous flow diagram, which is relationship between WIP and output. Now, while some of those are thinking about productivity, like input versus output, what we're not doing is we're not focused on productivity. And we need to think about good productivity versus bad productivity. What we're trying to do with a team is we're trying to maximize capacity. And we're doing that by, number one, working on the right things at the right time. That's good productivity. We're making sure that when they pick something up, they can start it and finish it. That's good productivity. We're thinking about if they get blocked, then there's someone there to help them unblock and they don't jump on to something else. That's good productivity. We're reducing multitasking by making sure that they're only working on one thing at a time. Good productivity. And we have a release mechanism to make sure that they're never in a situation whereby they have too many things to work on, thus they can start to choose. But if we start to measure productivity for productivity's sake, what happens is teams start to do the easy work rather than the hard work. Then what happens is by the time we get to the end of a project, we're in a situation whereby all the easy work is done, but the hard work is left. Hence, we either have to cut the project scope or content, or we have to extend the length of the project. The other thing that happens in bad productivity by setting targets is we have student syndrome and Parkinson's law. It actually works against us, meaning if we set a target for the number of things that need to be done by a certain date and it's too easy to hit, then actually what happens is we have this Parkinson's law thing where work expands to fit the time that's available. Or we induce student syndrome, which is, well, we've set this due date, we've got quite a bit of time to do it, so actually we don't need to start it now. All of those things consume and waste capacity. So by actually focusing on productivity and using productivity metrics, what happens is we drive dysfunctional and wrong behaviours and the project runs slower. But, no, wait, I totally get it now. This is, as you say, the difference between leading and lagging measures. If our leading measures are totally focused on flow metrics, buffer consumption, throughput, a continuous flow diagram, and cycle time, then we have our lagging measures, which is the good consequence of our flow metrics. Likewise, if our ways of working are focused on maximizing capacity and maximizing flow rather than productivity, what happens is that in the lagging measures we get lower cost and higher productivity, and those things are an output, not an input. I get it now. So actually, The fact that we got the client 4 times more is an amazing result, right? They can do 4 times more projects, or they could, if they wanted to, do the same amount of projects at 4 times less cost and get rid of a lot of external dependencies. Wow, this is amazing. So I guess if you want to get 4 times, it was 4.1 times actually, if you want to get 4 times more work done in your projects, reduce your due dates, and ultimately, get more good productivity, click the link below, apply for a project audit, and we'll see you there.